Hey everybody, it's Lisa Erickson, and today I'm going to be doing a video on my vendor event setup. This is literally set up in my living room, so please don't laugh, but I'm doing the best I can. Okay, so this is a rack that I have for my inventory, and I bought this rack at a used inventory place, and as you can see, it holds your inventory, and I like to throw in places to say buy 3 get the 4th free little signs. So let me kind of back up so you can see what it looks like. So it's a rack that sits on the end of my table with the inventory. I do have the purple Jamberry tablecloth on the end. Okay, and then coming around the front of my booth, I have a Jamberry banner. And then in front of my inventory, now I also want you to know that you do not have to carry inventory, okay? This is built up over time. This is what I have. But then I have a book in front of it that is on Facebook where you can get these pictures. I did pay for them, and then compliance said that she couldn't sell them, so she just asked for a donation. So it is, and obviously with the new book coming out, we'll have new ones. But it's every single wrap that we have on hand with pictures of the wraps and then the name of it. And so I really like that to have in front of all my inventory. Okay, and then these are little marbles that I have all over the place. I'll talk to you about them. Then next to that, I always like to have 4... kind of back up so you can see it. 4 sheets together on the table that coordinate, 2 and 2. So when someone is saying to me or asking me about buying the wraps and how much are they, I always say they're 4 for $45. And then you're going to want to say whatever it is for where you're at via Canada or Australia, New Zealand, but I say 4 for $45 here in the States. And the reason that I do that is because I want them to know straight from the bat that they sell in a set of 4 for $45. And like I said, I like to have them paired like this. And I always recommend this to a mom or actually anyone that's buying. So I will say, okay, they're 4 for $45. And I highly recommend that you pick out a sparkle with a coordinating color and then another sparkle with a coordinating color, because now you're going to get many designs that go together. And as a matter of fact, they could all be pink or they could all be purple. And now when you're out of this one, you'll have a little bit left of that. You can mix and match them. I basically kind of like just tell them what to order, but I always like to pair them with 2 sparkles and 2 designs. And remember, when someone asks me the price, how much are they, I say they're 4 for $45, not $15, okay? All right, then moving on. I like to have these glass squares on my display table, and I bought these at the Goodwill, very cheap, and I just think it's a fun way to showcase the product. And then again, I sprinkle these little marbles around my table. Most of you know that I am big on recruiting. It's my #1 thing, and so I've blown up the starter package picture, and I have that laminated and on my table. And then I set out a couple of catalogs. These are not to be handed out like popcorn. They are handed out with a sale. So I have some of those out. And then I have another book with the other, I believe, 150 of the pictures, some more marbles. And then I have my drawing box. Of course, that's very important. And each time I'll switch that to what they're getting for free. So whether it's a free wrap they're registering for with obviously the registration pictures and the pens next to that, whatever I'm giving away. I usually, oh, that's my doggy bed in the back. That's not usually on the expo table. I always put a couple in the box when it starts, even if someone didn't fill it out. I just pretend that they did, so it looks like we're having entries. Okay, now on to my demonstration table. So this is the table that's next to it. And Normally, there would be a chair sitting right here, okay? So my number one most important thing is to always have somebody in that chair doing a demonstration. It's very, very important. So on my little plate here, now you can use a plate or you can use a cookie sheet, whatever. I just like to have something clean, and I like the look of this cookie plate. When they sit down, I have my scissors, my rubber cuticle pusher, I have a sample, an alcohol wipe, and a file. And I like to have that done each time that someone comes to sit down. Then obviously our heater, and then my sample station. And I have in the sample station the tools, samples for them to pick out, alcohol prep, nail lacquer remover, buffers, extra files, and in the back I have hand sanitizer and wet wipes. Okay, so what I like to do is, again, remember there's someone sitting here and I'm behind on the other side of the sample station, and every time someone comes to sit down, I have these supplies out, okay? Then she samples, and I have a wet wipe that I wipe off the scissors, and I wipe the cuticle pusher off. I wipe the plate out, and I put all the next stuff down. It is not necessary to do that. I just feel it looks very good. And in between each application, I squirt on some hand sanitizer. So remember, I'm standing behind this application spot of my expo. Customer is sitting here. When the customer that just demoed stood up and left, as I'm talking to the next person to come and sit down, I'm wiping off this demonstration place with a wet wipe. I kind of wipe the scissors off. I wipe this off. I use some hand sanitizer, put out the next set of utensils, and she sits down. And they're the same utensils, the same scissors. I will do a new emery board or file, and I will do a new alcohol wipe. But I just think it looks really clean and professional to do that in between. Obviously, we have our heater, and we have all of our samples and stuff. So this is my little application spot where they sit down. Notice that I have a sample here, okay? I have one sitting down because I don't want them to pick and choose which one they want. When they sit down, I tell them that this is for me to also teach them how to size the wraps. And so I will tell them or show them how to find how this sample fits what finger. All right, then moving on. Obviously, we have our application kit. These little stands I got at the dollar store. And then we have more of the marbles. And then again, here I'll have these. This book is all of my juniors with the little picture. And obviously more mirrors with application. So this is the nail care cuticle stick. And then I have the little sample with it, my business cards. Here's another starter kit because, you know, that's what's so important to me. Another mirror. Some business cards. Whoops, let's flip those around. I always have a little pile of those out. I have another riser with the heater, and this is just kind of a fun bowl that has Beauty Boost in it, and then the style box in the back. And let me pan out so you can kind of see. A little fuzzy, sorry about that. But you always just go with what you have and what you can work with and what works for you. And I have built this up over time, and I'm going to back up so you can see this. Okay. And before we go, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I carry around. So I always carry this clipboard with me. Okay. And on this clipboard, you guys are going to laugh, but look at these wraps, okay? These wraps, some of these wraps are literally from when I first joined. Look at old logo and everything, okay? But I have these on my clipboard. Now, if you were a customer of mine and I was standing here with my clipboard and I would show you this set of wraps and I would say, I want to show you something. So I use absolutely every single piece of the wraps that we have. As you can see with this set, I have done my hands, I have probably 2 times, and see what's left over, those little squares. Those would be for my pinky or my toe. And then I'll show them like this one, and I'll say, and this one here I did a full manicure with, and I still have this much left. And so I tell them that this is my scraps of wraps, and I'll say this one is almost 3 years old, and I'll still use one every now and then. This one is fun to use on Valentine's Day. I'll pull one of these off, and this one is 3 years old. But my point of this is I want to show them my leftover wraps because I want them to see the value of if we buy 3, get the 4th free. Look at how far it goes and how they can all mix and match. And the fact that this little square here could still be a toe, or this could be your pinky. I mean, they want to physically see that. So what I suggest is each time you do a vendor event, and this is what I do, is I put a new set of wraps on. And then I believe the last vendor event I did, I had this on, okay? So I will physically show them my hands and physically show them my toes and say, and this is what I have on today, and this is what I still have left. So what I feel is really important for your vendor event is to show them these, and I feel that your demo table is going to be very important with them also because this is where we're demoing, and to have somebody constantly sitting in this chair doing demos. You always want to do that. And just showcase your products however you feel you want to, your personality. Like I said, these were used. These are from a craft store. I got these images off of Flickr. These are from Walmart. Just kind of build up your kit as you go. This black sheet underneath I got from the Goodwill when I very first joined, and 4 years later I'm still using it. So, all right, much success to you. If you have any questions, just let me know. Bye.